Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to Let's Play a Little Factorio. Factorio is a brilliant game that at first feels like, maybe it's a standard survival wilderness game, right? Punch a tree, get wood, punch some rocks, get some stone. Except it very quickly becomes evident that that's not what it is. Factorio is so named because effectively you're creating giant factories. You're going to be using treadmills and automatic robotic arms to move things around, to place them into machines that automatically produce the next level of good, and so on and so forth, as you continue to try to expand your production chain to develop more and more sophisticated things and eventually get to the end game of this. It is a brilliantly complicated, while actually not being that unapproachable game. Last I played this was in 2014. It's been 2 years since I have played Factorio. I played a very early build. Factorio has just recently hit Steam, still technically under early access, although with a lot of new features, and it actually has a lot of stuff. Like, for example, when I played, there was no multiplayer, and in fact, at the time, I said, there's no way they'll ever add multiplayer to this game. It's way too complex. And I think it was within a couple of months they had working multiplayer, and it's proven to be a very fun game. A lot of people play it on YouTube, and I haven't touched it in forever, and I've gotten a lot of requests to play it again. So we're going to play a little bit. We don't have time to do a full series of this, especially since you can go on forever in Factorio, but we are going to look at it a bit, and hopefully this video will serve as an introduction to new players. I'm not going to promise that what I'm going to do represents the most optimal way to do things. In fact, it almost certainly won't be, because I don't have that much experience at the game, but hopefully it'll be enough to get people started. Really great game. There is a campaign here, which serves as kind of a tutorial. In fact, it's broken down into further steps as well, so you can use that as an introduction, but a lot of people will just play the new game mode over here, where you can customize your map. We're going to leave all the things in as the default, which is going to be fine. One thing that might be recommended, if it's your first play, you probably want to put enemies never attack first. Basically, there's some critters on the planet, and if you get too close, or if pollution from your factories starts to reach their nest, they will get angry and will come to your base to try to destroy it. If you click this on, they will never attack you. The only way they will ever attack is if you go there and start shooting them, for example. But one way to also make it a little bit better is if your starting area is very big, that will give you a much larger buffer zone between you and the nearest enemy. So let's go ahead and generate that. You can type in a map string as well in that previous thing, which will give you a string that you can share with other people and get basically get the same map. Like if wow. Interesting. Not a whole lot of trees, which has pros and cons to it, but all of our key resources are really close together. Hold on. Let me just make a little save over here and call this awesome start. Maybe I want to play this otherwise. Really? You can't have a space? There we go. Awesome start over here. Okay, so here's our character. You can move around with WASD over here. You can zoom in and out with the mouse, and the camera is just locked to your character. Right away, we can see a few resources on the screen. This dark bit over here is coal. We've got some stone here and here. We've got iron over here, iron ore, and we've got copper ore over here. We have all four basic resources in our starting zone within spitting distance, and in fact we even have some crude oil patches as well, which come into play a little bit later. We're going to be a little hard pressed for wood, which is the only thing going on. You can see here I can punch the tree very slowly and get a little bit of wood, but we can also help things pretty dramatically. The E key opens your inventory and your crafting menu, and if we craft under production an iron axe, that will help our tree punching a little bit. But yeah, there's not a lot of trees around here. We're going to need some for chests early on. A few more dead trees over there. Okay. Let's get started. So in our inventory over here, we did start with some iron plates. I used 4 of them to produce an axe. This pickaxe needs 3 iron plates and also 2 iron sticks. Iron sticks, you get 4 of them for 1 iron plate. Did the extras just go away? Oh, no, I can produce 4. You get 2 iron sticks from 1 plate. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Whew. All right, I thought I was going crazy there for a second. You can also see at the bottom the total raw resources. And the total raw resources to make an iron axe is 4 iron plates. There's just some substats in the way. The other 2 wood I just grabbed. And then I've got a hotbar down here, which is sort of an extended inventory. It's got a burner mining drill and a stone furnace. So let's see what all that is about. First thing we're going to do is we're going to walk over here to the coal. And using our axe, we can go and very slowly, that's 1 piece of coal. And another, and another. That's not too terribly fast. It would be really nice if we could automate that process. And that's the very first thing we're going to do. We're going to grab this burner mining drill, and we're going to drop it onto our coal over here. I'm going to just go and do that. It's going to complain that it doesn't have any fuel. Well, fuel can be wood, it can be coal, and it can be some other stuff later on, but we're going to take this coal. You can click to drag it in there. You can also shift-click it. It'll automatically put it in. If you shift-right-click, it'll put half a stack in there. So now what this is going to do is it's putting some coal and it's dumping it on the ground. Well, that's not very convenient. It would be a lot better, and in fact, it stops. As soon as there's an item on the ground, this stops producing anything. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to craft a wooden chest using that wood that we got, and I'm going to dump it right there. So now it's going to constantly drop the coal into the chest, and we can actually see it arrive here. There's a second piece, and a third piece, and you can see it progress over here. And what's actually kind of fun is if we grab the coal from here, which I can do again, I can click this, or it went into the stack, or I can control click it, or even better is I can control click the box over here, which will automatically grab the coal. You can see I grabbed one piece of coal, which brought me to 7, another piece of coal brought me to 8, and we can go and dump that back in there. Now we've got a source to keep this coal going, and if we come back in a few minutes, there'll be a bunch of coal in the bin. That's great. If we want to build any more of those, what would we have to do? Well, you can see here, and especially if we go look at the bottom of the screen and all the raw resources, we need 5 stone, because this requires you to build a stone furnace. A stone furnace just needs 5 stone, okay? And we also need 9 iron plates. I might say steel sometimes. Steel is another resource in here, but it is iron. I'm gonna grab some more coal. So, we need 5 stone, at the very least. So we're going to go and just manually mine out 5 stone. This might be a really good candidate for our very next burner. Now, so we got the stone. Great, so I can make another stone furnace, which we need. I've already got one. So I've got the stone furnace. I need 3 iron gear wheels. Okay, how do I make iron gear wheels? Well, intermediate products over here. You can see I can make an iron gear wheel. I can make one, and I can make a second one. But I need a third one over here, and I can't because I'm out of iron plates. Okay, well, you know that we've got, down here, we have some iron. So if we go and whack at this iron for a little while, I can get iron ore, but this is not iron plates. How do we get iron plates? Well, that's where the stone furnace comes in. The stone furnace is basically somewhere where you smelt things. So let's get, we know we're going to need like 9 iron plates, so let's get 9 iron ore. And let's go and put down a stone furnace right over here. It's going to complain about fuel, so we're going to put the coal in there, in here. And it also needs something to smelt, so we're going to go and give it the iron ore by control clicking on it. And so it's going to smelt this. You can see it uses the coal very slowly, actually. One piece of coal will do multiple pieces of ore. I'm not sure exactly what the ratio is. And it's going to produce iron plates. So we can shift click that, and then we can go and maybe, you know, let's grab some extra stone, because we're going to need some more of that. And you know what? We're probably going to want some more iron. Obviously, iron ore is going to be one of the first things that we are, one of the first other things, or the next thing that we're going to want to automate. So let's grab some more of this. That's fine. Oh, that just finished its job. It won't burn the coal if it doesn't have anything to smelt. So we now have enough iron plates, we can get another burner mine up and running. Excellent, there we go. Now, we can set up a burner mine here because we know we're going to need more iron ore. So again, I can sort of rotate in direction. I can put a little chest in front of it. But here's an idea. What if I take this iron mine and do this? So it empties the iron ore directly into the stone furnace. Now, it doesn't have any fuel right now. Let me grab, I'm going to shift right click here. I'm going to grab half the coal and dump it into here. So now what's going to happen is this going to mine iron ore and dump it directly into the stone furnace. So as long as I keep these both full of coal, this will go and produce an unlimited amount of iron plates. Well, technically, this spot's underneath will eventually run out, but for now, that's going to be great. So I can come by every now and again and just control click on it and get some iron plates. Same as up here, I can occasionally just come and control click on the chest and get a whole bunch of coal. Let's make sure this is plenty of coal to keep going. And then I'm going to go back and forth for a little bit here. We're going to grab a few more plates there. And actually, I'm going to need more stone. So I'm going to mine some stone while those things just do what they're doing for a little while longer. But you can already, I hope, get the sense that this sort of manual work that I'm doing, this is not the way of the future. We're going to be avoiding that later on. I'm going to go and stop at like 15 stone. That should be a fair amount for now. Because we know each stone furnace needs 5. And each burner needs a stone furnace. So let's go and see if we can't get our smelting operation going down here a little bit faster. I'm going to build another furnace. Oh, and that got used up by the burner drill, so then another furnace there. There we go. And let's get another one of these going on. Now, the speed of the drill, it doesn't matter how much stone is below it. All that happens is if it's on more stone, it'll go for longer before running out. In this case, it doesn't matter. We're going to be eliminating these burners later on anyway, but let's go ahead and drop that down there. Drop that down there. Let's go and put half our stack of coal in the miner and half in the smelter or the stone furnace, and there we go. So now we're going to get a steady supply of iron plates. I think the next thing we might want to do is get an automated thing going on our stone so we don't have to mine it ourselves. Do we have? There we go. I can build another miner drill, or another burner drill. The problem is I need more chests, and wow, is the wood ever sparse around here? There are different biomes. There might be a forest if I wander a little bit more. Right now, we are definitely hurting. I don't know if you can make chests out of anything else. Anyway, what are we going to do? We are going to grab some more coal out of here. We have our burner done. Great. Let me go and make a wooden chest, because I'm going to put a burner here. And it's just going to dump the stone into the chest. And honestly, this is probably all the mining you need for stone at this stage in the game. You need a fair amount for certain things, but we're going to be good for a little bit. Next thing we're probably going to want is faster coal, because as we build more of these machines, we're going to need more and more coal. You can see here this mine ran out, so we're going to drop in our 6, which isn't much. We're going to grab our iron plates, keep them going. We've got a good number of iron plates. Let's see if we can't get more coal mining going on. We do need a bit more stone. I'm going to go and speed this up by digging a little bit myself. Just right-clicking on stone here will mine it. Bring it up to 15. There we go. Let's go 1, 2, 3 burner drills. Now, one of the things we can do here that's kind of interesting with our coal is here's the thing, right? This coal mining operation is itself a burner miner drill, which means it needs coal to operate. And right now it's just dumping the coal into this chest, and I have to loot the chest from time to time. We're going to change the setup a bit. I'm going to right-click on this to get rid of it, although I didn't have to, I just realized. But it just puts it in my thing. You don't lose anything. I'm going to take one coal mine here, and it's going to face north. I'm going to take another one here and face it south. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just one piece. How do you do one piece of coal? I don't remember. There we go. Right-click. One piece of coal in there. And as soon as this is done mining once, it dumps it in this one. So now this one has a piece of coal. And they're going to be feeding each other coal all the time. And because you use very little coal compared to how much you mine, these will build up coal more and more and more. And I can get another pair here. You could also build them in a loop if you would rather, but this, is fine. Just one piece of coal to get that started. And then every now and again, you can just come by and just control click on these. Every now and again, you might accidentally take the last one, but it's going to get fed another piece and then it'll restart. So you just come by and grab the coal and then move on your way. Very, very, very handy. So we've got a little bit here. Let's make sure that our steel operation is still operating. Looks okay for now. You need quite a bit more coal, and you do as well. And we've got a bunch more plates going on. Excellent. Okay, things are happening. Now, the next thing that would be really nice is if I didn't have to dump coal in these things way over here at all. That would be brilliant. Not like both the smelters and the miners themselves. Oops, I grabbed the coal out of that. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to grab the stone. And we can do that. There's a few different ways to start off automation. Personally, I think I like to get some electricity running right away. Electricity is going to require that we have copper, which is down there. So we're going to have to get a little bit more of a mining operation going on with these burners early on just to get the coal going. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 burner drills, 1, 2, 3, 4 stone furnaces. And we need quite a bit more coal. I'm actually thinking, once we get electricity going, we don't need that much coal, but I'm wondering if I should do another pair of these. You know what? I will. We're going to get another pair of these guys going on here, and we'll just load it with one piece of coal in there, and that'll get them going, because we're going to need a fair bit more coal. Okay. Which means I need another couple of burners. Oh, speaking of coal, let's go and dump that in there. Keep going with our iron plates, please. Okay, so on our copper, we're going to go and put 1, 2, 3, 4 mines. And 1, 2, 3, 4 furnaces. And yeah, they're going to need coal at this point, so we'll just get them started there. We'll just get 2 going on. Yeah, I'm happy I set up the extra coal. It'll be really nice once our mining operation does not need coal. The smelting will still need coal, but the actual miners themselves will not once we get electricity going on, but we will need the copper first. So we got that. Let's go ahead and dump half and half and a little bit and the rest in there. Excellent. So we can start getting some copper plates. Okay. That's been bootstrapped nicely. Luckily, we haven't been attacked by anything yet because we've started with such a large area. And some coal. Okay. Let's get electricity going on here. Well, we should maybe start planning some of our design. What order do we want to do things in? Trying to figure out the best way to explain things. It'd also be nice if it was optimized in other ways. Where do I want my bus to go? I don't know. It's not going to be that long of a video, so we'll try to get something working a little quicker. All right, enough obsessing and navel gazing. So, to get electricity going, because what we'd like to do is replace our mines with electric mining drills. They don't require coal to run, and it makes the process a lot easier. And we're going to need electricity for a lot of things. So, electricity comes from steam engines. Steam engines are powered by hot water, which come from boilers. Boilers get water pumped to them from an offshore pump. So you need one offshore pump, and there is sort of like a magic ratio of boilers to steam engines, especially if you want the absolute max efficiency. For our first early one, I really have good luck with going with 3 steam engines and 3 boilers, which is also what the tutorial sort of encourages. So we're going to do the same thing here. Steam engines do take up a lot of room, so you sometimes do want them a bit out of the way. I think I'm just going to have them go sideways over here. I think that's going to be perfectly fine. So you start off with by putting a offshore pump in the water over here. That'll bring water in, and then you can get your boilers. Let's go and get 1, 2, 3 boilers. Now, some of these things you can't walk through. So one of the things we'll do, if we end up putting these engines, they're huge. That's a big area in a line where we can't walk through there. So it's actually quite beneficial if we go and build, I was going to say, a couple of underground pipes. Apparently we need more iron plates for that. I don't want... You do get a pair of pipes by constructing this, but I want 2 pairs. So let me go and grab some more steel here really quickly. Or iron plates. And while we're at it, we'll grab some copper plates as well. That's going to be fine. Okay, and get another underground pipe going on. Perfect! Because now what I can do is I can put... So I got 4 of these pipes. I can go and put one here. And just do this. And you can see here... You can run a pipe underground. In fact, you can run them quite far underground. I just want a gap of 1 so I can walk through this and not worry about it. And I'm going to put an engine, and I'm going to do the same thing here, another gap of size 1, and another engine. So now I can walk through this area, and it's fantastic. Oh, and then I do have one other engine. You know what? We'll put it there. That's going to be okay. There. Just enough room to walk around these areas and feel good. So we got a lot of blinking lights. What's going on here? Well, first, our boilers are complaining they don't have any fuel. These boilers do require that you burn coal to operate. So we're going to go ahead and dump some coal in each one of them. And what they're going to do is they're going to burn and bring the water up to a certain temperature. And then they're going to stop. So they don't burn fuel if they don't need to increase the temperature. The temperature will have to get, I think, reloaded from time to time here. But more importantly, it's when the steam engines are running that you really need power. These guys are complaining that they're not connected to the electrical grid. For most things, that means they're not getting power. In this case, that means, hey, I can supply power, but there's nothing connected to me that could possibly request power. It's a nice little identifier there to show you if anything's broken. How do we get things connected to the electrical grid? We need electrical poles. And the problem is we need wood for that. This is... Okay, we do have a bit of forest over here. Excellent. Hopefully not near any critters or whatever. I'm going to take a long trip over here. And we're going to go, and we're probably going to wear out our axe. Let me get a second one going on there. You can see our equipment down here. I do have a gun, if anything's around. Fallen wood only gives you 2 per. Big trees, nice big living trees, should give you 4 per. There we go. So I don't want to have to walk out here again for a while, so I'm going to go and chop a fair bit. Now, you do need... Per pole job, you get 2 per job. It takes 1 wood and 1 copper plate. So at this point, we can make 22 jobs worth, which will actually give me 48 poles, which is a pretty good amount. I think that will be sufficient. I'm mostly going to grab some wood here so that I can build some extra chests going forward, because we're going to want some of those. And walking out here sounds like a pain in the butt. We don't have any cars yet. All right, I think that's going to be fine. I can queue up a few wooden chests. You can see it working my queue down here. Did I end up walking the wrong side of this? I think I did. I think I'm supposed to be on the left-hand side. Oops. Probably. It is nighttime. I got my nice little flashlight. We can build actual other lights later on. There we go. A few chests and lots of electrical poles. Okay. So, first of all, I guess we can get the electricity here. Well, I don't know. There's lots of things we can build. We are not going to want to run over here and fill this with coal. So let's make sure that this is going to get supplied with a steady stream of coal, and we're going to use transport belts for that. It's going to need a fair bit more iron, so we're going to have to make a few more manual passes around our stuff here to make sure everything is going. I think these mines all stop because they all do max out at 50 coal in their internal inventory, and then they fill up. Let's go and put you down there. I'm sure everything down here, actually, it's still running. I'm quite surprised. Oops. Cap you off in coal, cap you off in coal, grab all the plates that are waiting. And then here we can go. Just putting in half stacks in these guys. And you're alright for now. You'll need more, and you can have that. Okay, and a fair deal of iron plates. And then we're going to build a bunch of transport belt. Each one of these jobs creates 2. So we could build... I think this is 41 jobs worth, so I think it'll give us 82. If you left-click a bunch, it'll queue them up. You can see it needs gear, so it's going to turn one iron plate into an iron gear wheel, and then use that gear wheel plus another iron plate to make a transport belt. And if you just click, it'll make the gear first. If you shift-click, it'll do them all, but it will do all the gears first and then the belts, which isn't always what you want, but in this case, it's going to be fine. Okay. So these transport belts are quite cool. And... do we have the stuff for the electric drills? No, I need more iron plates. God damn. I'm using it too aggressively. We are going to need a lot more iron smelting here. In fact, a lot more iron smelting than copper smelting. So we might want to start on that. I don't know. Tell you what, actually, let's dismantle the copper mining for a bit. And did I grab any copper? No, I guess not. Okay. And... you can get that. We're going to take these burners and go a couple of those. A couple of those. There we go. Because we are going to need more iron plates. Sooner we can automate this, the better, though. Okay. Yeah, wow. We still need more. Sheepers. We need a lot for those electric mines. I don't think I ever realized how much goes into it. It's got all the iron gears. Yeah. Get that built. I want enough to build 2 of them because I would like to convert our coal mining entirely to electric. There we go. Okay. So we're going to have 2 electric drills, and we're going to use that to kickstart our coal mining. Let me leave what's there in place for now, and let me build those there. Oh, I built 3. I didn't realize that. So, unlike the regular mines, which are 2x2, this is a 3x3 building that mines from a 5x5 area, which is interesting. Overlap is fine. It just means that those particular tiles might get mined out a little bit faster, but it's hardly the end of the world. I'm going to do something like this. Now, these guys are complaining about a lack of electricity, so we will have to get electricity there. But the other thing they do is they are going to dump their goods. So we're going to start using these little transport belt, these little treadmills, and the coal is going to get dumped on there, and then on there. Is that going to be a problem? No, I think it's fine. There we go. And we're going to run this transport belt way out here. Oops, a little too far away to build. I should have trimmed that. Deconstructing things costs you nothing except time. There we go. And so, this will put coal on there and bring it all the way to here. But we need to get the coal shoveled into these machines. Well, actually, let me come back to that. Let me run the electricity. So, let's get a little cable. There we go. That will cover both of the... No, it won't. Really? Oh, maybe because there's nothing demanding electricity right now. I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess that must be it. Alright, so if I do this, it should cover both of those. And then you can see there's a maximum length of the electrical cable that you can run. So that should cover all of that stuff. And then we are going to do this. We'll need some power over here later on. Actually, that's a good plot for power for what I'm going to do later on. And we're just going to run this all the way. You can even plant it in water. I guess on the shore, maybe. To over here. We're going to put an electrical cable right there. It'll cover all of them. And then if I... There we go. That's a line there. Do that. Excellent. Power is all connected now. These things are now running because they're getting electricity. You can see they're dumping coal on the belt. And if we follow here, you actually run faster if you run along belts too. The coal will accumulate over here. So the question is now, how do we actually get the coal in these? I don't want to have to pick it up off the belt or anything like that. Well, the answer is inserters, which requires more iron. Be right back. Inserters are little machines that will automatically grab stuff from one area and put it behind them. That's all they do. They take things from in front of them and put them behind them. So we're going to get a bunch going on because we're going to want lots of inserters going forward. They are one of the best things to make your machinery run. So there's two types of inserters. There are the burner ones, which require to be fed with coal. What's nice about them, and actually I could use this on these three, they will automatically feed themselves with coal if there's coal in front of themselves. So they will keep themselves fed. Let's go. I'm just going to cancel a bunch of these jobs here, actually. 1, 2, 3. So you actually don't have to worry about using electricity over here because they will automatically, you don't even have to start them with one piece of coal. They will just automatically have a piece of coal inside of themselves and run with that. And so they're going to keep these full with, I think, at least 2 pieces of coal in each one. So as long as there's coal on the belt, they will be powered and the boilers will be kept full of hot coal to power the steam engines. So we have a whole bunch of coal backpiling on here. And eventually, when this fills up all the way back here, these guys will just stop running as that goes. So that's fine. I guess that's a start. What else are we going to do here? Well, it does suck to keep having to run around and collect all these things. In particular, the smelting operation down here. And, filling up these drills with coal is very annoying. So what we want to do, well, 2 things. One, it would be nice if all the mining operation were done with electric drills as opposed to these burner drills. And then the other thing would be nice is, can we organize some sort of way to keep these smelters, these stone furnaces, full of coal, as well as, iron or copper or whatever? And the answer is most definitely yes. But that will have to wait until next time. This video has gone long enough. We'll look at automating our entire smelting operation, which is the first step to really getting automatic stuff up and running in a very cool way. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you next time.